Hi everybody, it's Amalia, and I'm here today with the Crafty Goals collab with Amalia for May 2020. If you've been following along for the year, you know that we have a group of about 20 YouTubers following along in this collab. We started out in January with declaring our goals for 2020, our crafty goals for 2020. And if you want to take a look at those at the end of this video, you'll see in the description bar below there is a listing of all the people that are in the collab, including the folks that were in the collab when I started the collab with everybody last year. And it's May, and we're going to start on, I'm talking about May. It's actually June right now. It's June 6th. And the theme for this month is really just to take a look back at the last couple of months through back to January. Take a look at how you set your goals, how you've progressed, how it's working for you. The world is a very different place now than it was back in January when we were all bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and hopeful for the future. So a few things have changed, and there's no reason not to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and hopeful for the future today, but certainly things have changed, circumstances have changed for a lot of people, and so I think it's an appropriate time to take a look back, review, revise, maybe restart. All over again, and see how the past 5 months have gone, and how the next what you want the next 7 months to look like. So I gave the folks in our collab the suggestion to do that, and to take the opportunity, if they wanted to reset. And that's what I've taken the opportunity to do. This is how I was doing my goals for the year previously, and I was just unhappy with the whole aesthetic of my list. And, you know, the check marks, and then numbers are appearing, and circles and scribbles and things like that. So I kind of wanted to go back to what I was doing here, where I had a definitive goal with a definitive number, the months of the year, and a definitive, did I or didn't I, kind of like check mark, or, a tally as well. So it was neater, it was more concise, and it kind of worked for me a little bit better. So I just ripped out a page from the book and then stuck it right in between the two pages, and decided to sort of kind of start over with the tracking. And I've kept most of the goals that I had from last year. I've added a couple, more than a couple, but my plan is to kind of use the check mark or X box to keep track, or write a number in to keep track that I've done what it is I'd like to do. It helps me keep my mind organized and my goals a little bit more to the forefront, let's say. So let me tell you about my goals. I'm still working on the collabs that I was in. I'm in the Smash That Small Paper Pad collab. I'm in the Having Fun Making Jewelry collab. I'm in the Show Us Your Sheet Load collab. Alicia is planning on possibly extending it for another 6 months, and so hopefully I'll be part of that group in July that continues on the next 6 months, or I'll find another collab. I'm not sure what she's decided to do at the moment for Show Us Your Sheet Load, but I'm looking forward to it, whatever it is that she's doing. So I'm in those 3 collabs still. I have my goals collab here as well, and I'd like to join another 2 collabs in the year. Hopefully my friend Beth from Bourbon Creek Crafts will do another Christmas, weekly Christmas collab sometime in November, December. And then maybe there's another one out there that I can join as well. So I'm looking forward to continuing what I've done already and to joining perhaps a couple of more. For the Show Us Your Sheet, though, not only do I want to participate, I'm going to count the number of cards that I produce because I want to know. You know, I want to keep track and I want to know what I'm doing there. I'm also going to keep track of my 6x6s. For sheet loads, I've done, since January, I've done 45 cards total, okay? Alicia started her sheet load collab, I think, in February or March. February, I'm sorry, I can't recall, but since January, I've done 45 cards with the Show Us Your Sheet Load that she's produced and published on her channel. For 6x6s, my goal is to do, and for the Show Us Your Sheet Load, my goal is to finish up the 112x12 that I've been working on for the past year. And since I have 45 cards already, I'd like to see if I can get to maybe 100 cards for the year. And for the 6x6s, my original goal was to finish 4 6x6s. I think that will be a challenge, but I'm hoping to be able to do that. And I've completed one 6x6 so far as of the end of May. And I also finished off the remnants of 6 old 6x6 pads. So they're pads that I declared were done, were finished. I was over it. I don't want to look at it anymore, but I couldn't throw them away. I could not get rid of them. They were still in my stash, I was moving them from place to place. I was ashamed and I couldn't throw them in the garbage. And finally, on May 25th, with the Show Us Smash Your Small Paper Bag collab, I did a tutorial on how I used up all the scraps from those leftover 6x6 pads to make new card backgrounds. So take a look on May 25th for the Smash That Small Paper Pad. I did a tutorial there, and you'll see how I used all the little strips to make up a bunch of card backgrounds. And then for the jewelry collab, having fun making jewelry, my goal not only is to participate for the entire year in that collab, but my goal is to do 4 tutorials within that collab and make a total of 30 pieces. As of May, I had made about 12 pieces. And since we have 7 months, I think that's more than doable. For the Goals collab, it's a monthly collab. I send out an email, and what's V stand for? Video. I do a video, I send out an email to the collabers, and I'm sticking with that. And hopefully, if you know of any collabs, please let me know, and I'll be able to join those. So, and I've categorized them, as you can see. So there's monthly goals. Now I have some social media goals. For YouTube, I want to do still, like from last year, from when I started this, my goals were to do 6 lives and 6 premieres. So far, I've done 1 premiere. I believe I've done 1 premiere, and I've done 6 lives. And, sorry, 4 lives. And I'm still going to keep with that. And if I go over, that's fine. And let's see, for regular videos, so far I've done 35. And I've calculated that since I've done 35 so far, I'm doing 4 collabs a month. That's going to be from June to December. That's going to be another 28 videos for the collabs. And then I'm going to do another bunch of destashes. Maybe not 7, maybe 4 or 6, or I don't know what. But I'll probably be able to pull out about 70 just with the regular videos that I'm intending to do. And so I've set a goal of 75 for myself. Now here's the big goal that I have. I want to increase my subscriber count by 1,000. So I'm starting today now at 0, let's say, and I want to increase that by the end of the year by 1,000. Now I think that's a tremendous goal, and the way things are going, I don't think that's going to happen, really. But it's a number. It's a number I picked, and that's what I'm going to shoot for. And so, I'm going to take some actions towards moving towards that. And the first action I'm going to do is ask you to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please click the subscription button so that you're a subscriber. And then don't forget, you have to ring the little bell. You have to click on the bell, and when you are asked for what options you want, click on all, and you'll get notified whenever I post a video. And also you'll get notified whenever I go live. You'll get notified when I do a premiere video, and you'll get notified if I post on my community channel. And I'm starting to post a lot more on my community channel just because it's there. It's kind of fun. It's a thing to do. And I'll put like little pieces of information and things that I talk about maybe in my videos that I just want to point out in the community tab for everybody to make sure to know. Also, a couple of my meh goals, the ones I wasn't really very passionate about, well, I don't know why I mentioned them if I wasn't passionate about them, but there's something about them that means something to me that I mentioned them, but I haven't been doing anything about it. That's why the meh. Okay, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. Well, I felt something about it because I mentioned it, right? So I've been tracking the money, but it's the social media stuff that I've been meh about, that I haven't been very good about paying attention to, about keeping up with, about doing anything about. So I'm making a goal of increasing my blog followers to 100. I have I'm not exactly sure, but the people that follow me publicly on my blog is like 9. So I'd like to increase that to 100 by the end of the year. That's a tremendous goal. I don't do a lot with my blog, but I've been doing more, mostly just posting that I have a video up on YouTube. But I'd like to do more with the blog. I'd like to learn more about it. I'd like to make use of it. I've had it for a really long time. I used it more when I was doing the cake decorating stuff. And I had a lot of fun with it when I was doing the cake decorating stuff, but I haven't done much with it lately, and I want to. I want to keep it. I don't want to let it fall to the wayside. So I'd like to increase my subscribers on the blog by 100. So I'll put a link below for my blog. If you wouldn't mind, at the end of this video, go taking a look and maybe subscribing to my blog. I'd really appreciate it. I'm really trying to figure it out. Google owns Blogger now, and they don't do a lot of support for it anymore like they did before. So it's really hard to try and figure out how things work there. But I'm going to try, and I really love your support. So if you wouldn't mind going over there and subscribing, I'll see that there are people there, maybe that I should pay a little bit more attention to it and do more stuff with it. So I'd love your encouragement and support with that. Also with Instagram, I have the blog, by the way, is called Cool Cakes and Crafts with Amalia. The Instagram I have is called Cool Cakes and Crafts. I think it's Cool Cakes and Crafts, and not with Amalia, just Cool Cakes and Crafts. But look for that. I'll also put a link down below for my Instagram. I have like maybe 14 followers if I'm lucky on Instagram. Woohoo! I'd like to increase that to 100. I just post pictures mostly because that's all I know how to do. But that's what I do. So if you wouldn't mind in subscribing to me on Instagram, I'd really appreciate that. What else? Okay, so the next category I have is Stash Buster. I can get rid of that now. And so I still have my spend goals. So far for January through April, I spent $855. You know, when you put that number in writing, in hard concrete, that really, that just, you know, I don't know what to say about it, but it has an impact. It has an impact on me. And because I can think of 855 things that I could do with that $855. And even though I love all the things that I purchased, and I use mostly all the things that I purchased recently, you know, it just, putting those numbers in print and black and white really sort of hits home as to where your money goes, okay? So let's put it that way. So my goal now, I have a number in mind. Between June and December, I want to spend less than $500. Okay? I don't need anything. I'm doing destashes right now because I have so much of things. I don't need paper. I don't need adhesive. I definitely don't need adhesive. I don't need projects. I don't need lots of different things that you could say right now. Maybe I might need some pre-made cards and envelopes because I like to use those. But I could actually always make them. I have plenty of envelopes. I have an envelope maker that I could use. But the only thing that I would, so I'm not going to say never, no or zero, because, you know, stuff happens. So I'm going to say less than $500 in the next 7 months, which I think is a decent goal. And, you know, with God's help and all the good things, I will have an income that I could hold to that and not have to zero that out. Okay, so the next thing is my goals for using up the magazines that I buy, the kits that I subscribe to, all the project sets that I purchased, and all the etc. So I'm counting as etc. or in the projects all the various empty canvases that I have. Look at this beautiful oval canvas. How could I not use that? Look at, and these are just within arm's reach. Look at this beautiful 3-piece artsy box decor item that I have. Huh? Right? Look at that. That's a project. I have a couple of these that I painted black. I didn't know what I was going to do with them. I think I was going to do some dot painting with them. I have numerous things for projects, intended projects, or something that I thought was a great deal. $2.97. That is a great deal. This is a 5-pack art wood panel value pack. It's MDF or compressed particle, whatever. But I bought this for an intended couple of projects in polymer clay, and I could do anything with this. So I'm counting those as part of projects and etc. Okay. Also, I need to finish the hex chart from the Copic hex card class that I took. And I can't believe I'm still talking for 18 minutes. For Declutter, Destash, and Donate, I've already destashed 3 times, and I've decluttered twice. And as of June, even though we're talking about May, I did some donating. So for mixed media play, I still want to work on that. I've done 4 projects or 4 things through May through June, and I have a goal of 8. I'm still going to do the giveaways. I didn't do April or May because... Did I do April? I didn't do May because I ran out of packaging and I had to order it from the post office, and it takes 3 weeks. And so I have to catch up with that. I want to give 6 tutorials still. 4 of them are going to be jewelry. I'd like to do a polymer clay, and I'd also like to do still a cake decorating tutorial. I actually want to do a class for Thanksgiving. So keep your fingers crossed for me. Please keep encouraging me and look out for that. I've done 2 tutorials already. One of them was the use your scraps tutorial, and another one was how to make eye pins or how to twist to make a loop. That was back in January. And then I want to take 6 classes. I've completed this Copic hex class, and I have 6 more to go. I started one on Domestica with Victoria Calderon. It's also watercolor. but I haven't finished up with that yet. So those are my goals. Thanks so much for your patience and for sticking with me while I went through that whole thing. Take a look at what your goals or what your ideals are for your crafting and for your craft room, for what it is you'd like to do and accomplish, and maybe take the opportunity to write them down and share them with us. If you'd like to share them with everybody on YouTube or even on social media, you can go ahead and use the hashtag Crafty Goals with Amalia. And if you use that, I'll find you and I'll give you a shout out. Today I'd like to shout out Candy Chelpley. Sorry, I'm messing up your pronunciation of your name. She's from Australia, I believe, if I'm getting the accent right, and she has been following along with the collab. Go ahead and take a look at her video. I'll leave a link for her below. And thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to give encouragement to everybody in the description bar below. And bye.